Jake, what is going on, my guy?
What's up, my guy? Get your mask. That's right.
Yes. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm in the kitchen. Just finished putting
Okay.
these pies in.
What kind of pies are we making?
We're making some caramel apple empanadas.
Hmm. Okay.
Pan pies. So for Thanksgiving, a lot of times people they'll just assume you have to have that 9-inch pie, but you
Yeah.
can go and venture out and have hand pies. You can do mini pies. There's a wide variety of things you can do.
You know what? I think Patty kind of taught us that with those little 50-cent patty pies inside of Walmart that fit right in your hand. So
Totally.
yes.
Totally.
So look, Jake, before we get started, let the people know about you and what you have going on.
In general, or what I'm doing for Thanksgiving?
Well, let's go with in general first, and then we could jump into Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah. So I have there's 50 seconds on the pie. Okay. Like what I'm working on?
Yes, I mean you have shows, you got production
Yeah.
company, you have all that good stuff. Tell the people what you got going on.
Yeah, so I do a design and cooking show with my sister Jazz. That's coming out season 2 on Clio TV. Shout out to Clio. And that's gonna be a new 16 episodes for the show. And just doing content nonstop, giving people recipes and recipe videos and working on my next cookbook. Yeah, there's a lot in the works. Just started my new production company.
Next cookbook. That means you already have one out. Tell us about the one that you already have out.
Yeah, I did one with my siblings. The first one I did was called The Family Table. It's 130 recipes of food we actually grew up eating, but kind of, changed and evolved in our travels. So it's a cool book. You can get that on Amazon, anywhere books are sold. It's called The Family Table. The
Family Table. Absolutely, guys. Yeah. Make sure you get that book and be prepared to get the next book. So look, Jake, your passion for food. You've been doing so many things in the culinary industry for quite some time. And, now we all have the opportunity to see it, from the Food Network to Clio TV to Raw on your YouTube channel. How did all that come about?
Yeah, thank you, man. It came about because I grew up acting. So I was born into a family full of actors, and they were already acting by the time I was born. So just fell in love with that, and then wanted to fuse my passion for like acting in front of the camera with food shows. Because when I was 15, my mom is from New Orleans, so food was always really festive in our household growing up. So like we all knew how to cook really from. Huh?
That's where all the flavor comes from.
That's right. So, at an early age, like 6 years old, I started cooking and really got involved with it, and just wanted to fuse my love for being in front of the camera with my love for culinary. So that's how cooking shows came about. When I was like 20 years old, I started self-producing my own cooking show in my Hollywood apartment kitchen. And then that turned into shows being on the bus here in LA, the Transit TV, little screens on the bus.
Shout out to Transit TV.
Shout out to Transit TV. And then that turned into the blog, and then the Food Network show, and then the book, and it's just fun from there. So I'm super grateful with how everything has turned out. But yeah, that's kind of where it started from.
Apartment kitchen, on the bus, and now are we in the home kitchen?
We are in the home kitchen. I have my kitchen in my garage too that I shot Raw in. So I have a home studio in my garage that I built, because I also build and do woodworking and stuff like that. So
did y'all hear that?
This man gotta always be self-sustained. That's my
in his house.
Yeah, you gotta be self-sustained. That's my biggest thing. It's like,
and it saves a whole bunch of money too. So
kudos
on that. One day, hopefully, you'll be able to give us a little tour around the studio.
100%.
Absolutely. So tell us about these empanadas that we're about to get into.
Yeah, so I have a little filling saved to show y'all how I assemble it, but I'm gonna actually take these out. Let me just give y'all a quick turnaround shot.
Ooh. Oh yes.
So that's the idea. So that's the
See,
hand pies. Those are about to come out.
so
And
I'm
then,
sad that I'm actually not able to make it to the kitchen right now. So since I'm not able to make it to the kitchen and taste the food and smell the food, I guess I'll have
I know.
myself a cocktail from
Oh,
my
see,
own
well, that's
home.
gonna do. You know, a cocktail will do. So you're in Atlanta, right?
I am in Atlanta, yes.
Nice, nice.
I thought about hopping a flight today to try to get out there in time for this live, but you know, it didn't happen. So look, when you're cooking, speaking of cocktails, when you're cooking, is there something that you like to sip on? I know me personally, I might get a little wine, a little old school music, but
Yeah.
what about you?
You know, I love a good vodka, water, lime juice. So it's like, you know, after 30, you feel the hangovers. So I like to drink water along with my alcohol
No,
so that
no.
it's not as bad.
So let me tell you how to cure that in advance.
Keep drinking.
Get you an aspirin. Take one aspirin while you're drinking or before you start drinking, and you can go in. You'll wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, like nothing ever happened.
Wow, Q giving y'all the keys. Y'all better listen.
Absolutely, I've been over 30 for about 3 years, so I know I know how to get it in
Yeah,
responsibly.
definitely.
Drink responsibly, guys.
Definitely. And I love beer too. You know,
No.
I love beer, so I'll probably have a little some of that, and then I love white wine. I love a little Sauvignon Blanc,
Okay.
Cab Franc. You know,
I'm so glad you didn't say Moscato.
no, I don't like sweet.
That's like drinking Hawaiian punch to me.
Yeah, I don't like the colorful drinks. I don't like the sweet. You know, that is
See,
really where the hangover comes from.
see, but that's because you have a what's the word? A not a distinguished palate, but a
Elevated.
yes. See, there you go. He has an elevated palate. That's why he doesn't drink that stuff.
Thanks, you appreciate it.
So look, while we're preparing those good old empanadas, I wish I would have been able to go to the store and prepare them with you, but
I know.
I'm sure, guys, that you'll be able to get the recipe and all that good stuff on. How can I get the recipe?
You can get the recipe on jakesmollett.com.
Boom, there you have it. So
That's
look,
what
let's go ahead and get into these empanadas. How do we get started? Where
Okay,
did
so
the flavor combination come from?
so I rolled out one of these. Let me see how I can turn this around. So you want the egg wash. I got the egg wash, but I have my dough here already rolled out. And then just try and cut a perfect circle. That's not perfect, but it'll do.
Yeah.
And then we have our filling here. What's going on? Am I frozen?
Just a little bit. Well, nah, not just a little bit. Okay, you're back now. You're back.
You there?
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep. So this is the filling. You see how caramelly it is?
Very.
And this is just, you want it really thick like that because it'll spew out when you go to bake it. And that's just brown sugar, nutmeg, cinnamon, and a little bit of extract, a little bit of lemon. And then we'll just put that there right there. And make sure you don't overcrowd it. And then get you a fork and just flap that over. And then just fork the edges.
Yes, don't forget to fork those edges up, guys. That's what
Fork them
makes
up.
presentation.
That's right. And so that's your little hand pie. Then I'm going to do a little egg wash.
Now, what does the egg wash do for the people who aren't familiar with the whole cooking? What does the egg wash do?
The egg wash adds a nice crunch to the crust. And then it also adds that beautiful golden brown color.
Okay.
And then after we egg wash, we sprinkle some granulated sugar on there. Be generous with the sugar. And again, that sugar is going to harden when you go to cook it. And when you bite into this pie,
Oh, it gets
it's
you
going to
that
be
crunch.
very crunch.
Yeah.
You know.
I love a good piece of crunch in anything I eat.
Exactly. And then you'll bake that for, I usually make about 12 of them. And then you'll bake that for like 15 to 18 minutes until it's golden brown and crunchy and that caramel is just spoozing out.
So what do you typically eat them with?
Ice cream, save some of that caramel sauce to dip them in. Whatever you like. You can make fresh strawberry sauce. You can make dulce de leche. You can make chocolate sauce. But I like it with ice cream, personally.
Okay. Now, of course, before COVID came and just kind of changed up our world, had you ever thought about like really getting out there, touring, doing demonstrations across the country? And the reason I asked that is because I see a few people in the comments saying you need to come to Atlanta, and I already told you that the other day. And then I see somebody from Cleveland, which just so happens to be my hometown, saying you need to come to Cleveland as well and give them some of that love.
Yeah. So I do pop-ups. I just had a pop-up here in June before everything was like restaurants were shut down again. But definitely when things open back up, I'm back on the road doing pop-ups. I have some chef friends that we're going to do some stuff together. So it's on and popping. I'm definitely coming through to Atlanta. Definitely coming through to some of the food cities to do that.
So what are some of those food cities?
New Orleans, Atlanta, Houston, Austin, Oregon.
Oregon. What is Oregon known
Oregon
for?
Is known for food, actually.
If anybody knows what dishes Oregon is known for, please let me know. I have not heard that one.
Yeah, no, Portland is really has a lot of amazing restaurants there now.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, NYC, what up, my birthplace. Definitely doing NYC too. So,
when was the last time you've
y'all
been back?
let me know what city you want.
When was the last time you've been back to New York?
I was actually there. We shot season 2 of Living by Design in New Jersey.
Okay.
So I was there for a month.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm always in New York.
Now you need to come to Atlanta.
And that's my little puppy.
Hey puppy.
The new addition.
What's his name? Or her name?
Rolly. His name is Rolly. He's an English
little
bulldog.
Hey, little boy dog. That's everybody's dog's name. Little boy dog or little girl dog. So look, we have, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We have this many days until Thanksgiving is here. What are your plans for Thanksgiving?
I am cooking for a few families here in LA. Mm-hmm. And then, I'll go over to my family's Thanksgiving. But, definitely going to start prepping around Wednesday for the big day.
Yes.
Always want to prep your stuff out. Always want to get that done. You can prep all your sides, actually. Like, I like to prep all my sides the day before and then have them ready to go where you're just heating up on Thanksgiving. Because you want to be with your people. You don't want to be, like, cooking all day. So, So I like to cook, there's some things like mac and cheese or cornbread and stuff like that you can just, like for mac and cheese, I like to prep my cheese sauce the day before. I won't put the noodles in, but you keep all that separate. And like, you can prep out your cornbread filling, just don't bake it. So there's things that you can do that you can fully get stuff done the day before. Your greens, cook that all the day before. Greens, stuffing, all that stuff you can fully have in pans ready to go for the day of, and it holds well. So,
what are some of those things that just cannot be done prior to the day they're being served?
I would never do a turkey the day before. You want to season and brine it and marinate it before, but you don't want to cook it the day before. All your proteins cook the day of. The sides are really the thing you can prep out.
Okay.
And
now, when you speak of brine, Most people may not be familiar with that technique, but what exactly is it, and what do you put in there?
In my brine, I use I do a few different kind of brine. So this year I'm frying my turkeys.
Oh,
Um, and
is yours gonna
basically
be
when
better
you're
than
roasting,
Popeyes?
hey, I love Popeyes. Special place in my heart for Popeyes. So I will never say it'll be better, but you know, it's homemade.
I got you.
But the difference between frying and roasting is you never want to brine, like you don't want to brine your turkey really. You want to do more of a dry rub for frying because it's going in oil. You don't want any liquid.
Hmm.
The goal for that is more so to try to like not have liquid on the turkey. But when you're roasting it, you want to brine it. I usually brine it in like, you know, pickle juice. Like I'll even crush up a lot of pickles, blend that up with some buttermilk, and that really tenderizes the turkey.
Really?
The goal is to just not have a dry turkey by any means necessary. So
So do you rinse the brine off when it's done, and then like put your little other seasonings on there, or do you leave that
no,
liquid?
I just take it out of the brine. You can do it in a big pot if you have it, and make sure that that liquid is all over the turkey, fully covered. And then just take it out of the liquid once it's been in there for like a day or two, and then put your dry seasoning on it.
So you hear that, guys? If you plan on brining your turkey this year, so it doesn't end up dry and you need a little piece of water to get it down your throat, make sure you start brining it on Monday or Tuesday so that that thing is not dry.
Exactly. Nobody wants sawdust turkey.
Sawdust turkey. I have
That's
never
right.
heard of
No
that
dry
one.
turkeys. Dang social.
None
At
at
all.
all. Or no sawdust biscuits. Now biscuits, rolls,
Oh
things like that.
gosh.
Do you do those? What's your favorite kind of like holiday bread piece?
My favorite holiday bread is probably cornbread. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just the Thanksgiving food. I think no other bread goes better. Like I'm not a dinner roll person. Um, I'm not really like, yeah, I love French bread, but not with Thanksgiving. Like I think cornbread just really adds that extra flavor to the meal. So I'll always have cornbread, a pan of cornbread or muffins. Mini, I like eyes. I don't really like the things that you gotta get a slice, you gotta cut it. I more so like the
Yeah.
personal, the personal little cornbread muffins or mini pies, ham pies, that kind of thing.
See, I'm a roll
Especially
kind of
during
guy.
COVID, it's like, if you have guests over, they ain't gotta be cutting in the pie, talking over it, and
Yeah. So with that being said, since COVID's come in and just like I said, kind of changed a lot of things up, are there any of the normal traditions that you and your family celebrate that'll kind of be altered this year?
oh gosh, definitely, like totally altered. Um, the holidays are completely altered because if people are in a certain place, especially right now, it kind of has been a surge in numbers recently, so people are just trying to stay put wherever they are.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people are affected by not being able to see family because they're working in a different place or they're living in a different place. But this shall pass. So I think it's just everybody just has to get through this holiday season. And but what it does affect is that you'll have less people at your Thanksgiving to feed and less work for the cook. So that's good.
See, that all depends. Now, if you're the type of person that is used to cooking for 15 or 20 people, and now, the guest list is kind of dwindled down to, maybe five, that's less people that have to take leftovers home, and that's more things that you have to freeze because I freeze everything. So,
Totally. Totally.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real. So look, we had a
We're
conversation
not
the other.
selfish people, everyone.
No. So we had a conversation the other day, and you were talking about growing up and all throughout your life, you've never ate at a dinner table family wise that was not built by hand, by you guys.
Right.
So this year, what table are you guys going to be sitting at? And, what did you put into crafting or creating that piece?
The piece that we'll be eating at this year is at my mom's house, and it's her table that she actually made. So we build things together, but the love for building and all that I got from my mom. And so all of my siblings, me, like we all have hand-built tables because that's just the way we were raised, and they're just made better. So, but yeah, we'll be at my mom's table this year.
So is it like a big table? Like, most Black families, or most families, period, have those tables that you pull each end apart, and then you put the little leaf in there to extend it for the holiday. My parents still have the same table that they've had since '93. That thing, we have seen so many family meals from that. Is your table like that, or is it just long period because it's a lot of y'all?
There is no leaf because my mom is really particular about like tables. So for her, it's got to be solid wood. It's got to be like really, really medieval, thick, kind of like butcher block, quality wood. And my mom literally builds like 10 to 12 foot tables. So it's not just like it's like 20-person tables sometimes because there's so many of us. And so, yeah, no, I've never eaten at a leaf table actually. What do they call it?
When you go to Cleveland, I am sure there is a leaf table somewhere around that you can sit.
Right.
I will make sure of it. If I need to call my parents up and tell them, hey, Jake is coming over, get the leaf ready. He needs to sit at a leaf table. I got you.
100. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. So look, since you and Jazz are now, the culinary and lifestyle influencers, not only in the family but in the world, do you notice that responsibilities as far as creating things or preparing dishes and things like that fall on you guys a little bit more?
In the family?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not fall on us. I think I kind of take more of the reins because it's like I have a specific way because I do events and I do, sometimes 400 person before COVID, 400 people events. It's like I have a specific method of how I prep. Mm-hmm. And like I got all my plastic, my hotel pans, and like I don't play around. Like even for family events, I will marinate and I'll get everything together and prep it out. So I kind of take the reins on it. So naturally it is just falling in my lap to do majority of cooking. But everybody really, really cooks in my family. Like no joke. Everybody burns. So
everybody got the opportunity to be in the kitchen with mom and dad or whatever and learn some of those family recipes. Who makes the best macaroni and cheese?
Oh, I love my mac and cheese. I really do.
Of course you do.
I mean, no one has made mac and cheese in a while. I've been the mac and cheese person, so we might have to have a mac and cheese off to see.
You know what? I think you should. And I find it to be one of the fun things. I did it last Christmas with my cousin, and I won. And I think it's because of the little sprinkle of parsley that I put on there. It was more aesthetically appealing.
Okay, parsley.
Yeah.
Was it garnished or was it in there?
No, I whipped it up in there so that when it cooked, it looked like something. And I think I put a little more butter in there than she did. Hers tastes like it tastes like sawdust. I'm just playing, cousin. If you're watching, I loved your macaroni. I just did not love it more than mine.
That's the politically correct way. That's how you do it.
Absolutely. So, preparing for not only Thanksgiving, but for Christmas and things like that, what tips can you give to everybody out there, or even just like the bachelor, to have a nice Thanksgiving at home or create a nice, nice atmosphere for if they do decide to invite people over for the holidays?
Always make a pitcher of drink.
Oh,
Always.
tip one.
Always have that pitcher ready to start people off with. Because, people will always bring the wine or bring a drink, but you want to have that house cocktail that is kind of universal, that people can start off with, feel good about where they are, and get, acquainted with the dinner and stuff. So I always have a welcome cocktail for people, and then like a picture of it. Yeah. And then just again prep. Like, you gotta prep out Thanksgiving so that you're able to like host your guests and not be in the kitchen sweating all day, because that's no fun. Like, the cook gotta have fun too. So play games. It's been such a heavy year. I think like it should really have an emphasis this holiday on like, what is the run of show? Like, what does the Thanksgiving look like? It's like, we eating at this time, we play games, we jump in the pool, whatever it looks like for each family. I know I want to have an emphasis on like what that looks like schedule wise, because you just want to make sure everybody's enjoying themselves. And that's the best way to do it, is just plan ahead.
Okay. Now, somebody said, can you give us a cocktail recommendation, a welcome cocktail recommendation?
You can do, I really like my appletini. You can go on jakesmollett.com. I got a few holiday drinks on there. I basically infuse my vodka with like apple tea and then apple juice. And some lime and a few other things. But yeah, visit jakesmollett.com. There's a few drinks on there. And I'll be posting next week some recipes as well. So
okay. Now, let's see what else. So you said have a welcome cocktail prepared.
A welcome tea, that's fly.
See, there you go.
Hey.
So we got the games, we got the drinks. What else are we doing to prepare for this day?
I mean, that's pretty much, you covered if you do that. I mean, prep the food. If you got food, games, and drink, I think people are going to have a good time.
Okay. I think we can do that. So we've been talking for a little minute, and I hope you took those empanadas out the oven so they're not all dry and crusty.
I did.
So let's see that finished product. Oh, see, now what I want you to do, it looks good. Now this is going to be the true test. I want you to put it up in the screen, and I want you to break it in half. Oh, that's what I was looking for.
Hear that crunch?
That's what I was looking for.
And that's the filling, see?
Ooh.
I'm gonna make sure. I'm just talking with my mouth full. You want to make sure that it's full too. Oh, that's the perfect crunch though.
Wow. Now
sugar and egg.
Sugar, egg.
And you know what? If you're feeling really crazy, go on and fry these bad boys.
Now, what do you fry it in? There's so many different oils out here. What is the best oil to fry one of those in?
I like to use peanut oil, but a lot of people have peanut allergies. So just find out if you have any allergies before. But peanut oil has like the lowest burn rate on it. So I like to use peanut oil, but you can use vegetable oil to fry these. I would deep fry them.
Use olive oil?
No. Olive oil adds flavor, in my opinion, to things. And it burns really quick.
Okay. So no olive oil, guys.
Yeah, no olive oil. I would just, again, brush them with some egg and sugar and drop them in the oil, and they'll fry up in like 3 minutes. And then you got fried ham pies. I mean, that takes it to another level.
Now look, though, you had a whole pan and you still got a little more filling in there. Now I hope somebody is going to come over and help you eat those. Or you can freeze them and give them out when people come on Thursday.
You can absolutely freeze pie. You need to freeze it before you cook it, though. Before you cook the dough, wrap them up, kind of like put a little bit of oil on them or butter, and then wrap each one in like plastic wrap, and then you can freeze them. But I don't know about freezing them after they cooked.
Now, look, when it comes to freezing, do you know about like proper freezing techniques? I know some people use the bag, some people use aluminum foil. You mentioned like paper or something like that. Like, what's the proper freezing technique for different foods?
I usually use plastic, like always. I never even cook with plastic. I mean, with foil. But yeah, I would definitely wrap it, or you can use zip tie bags, or you know, I use plastic though, plastic wrap or zip tie bags.
Okay.
And make sure that there's no air in the bag. If you're using a zip tie bag, just kind of like, try to get the technique as much as you can of shrink wrap. Not shrink wrap. What is it? When you take the air out. When you take the air out of the bag.
Pushing the bag down. Just leave a little hole in the bag and just push it down a little bit.
Well, you just push the bag down. When you're taking the air out, what is that called, y'all? Y'all know? Come on, somebody tell me. Somebody.
Vacuum seals.
Vacuum seals. Vacuum packed. It's kind of a good method to vacuum pack if you like get all your like if you were freezing this pie filling right now.
Yes.
Thank you, Quell. Vacuum seal. If you were freezing this this apple filling, then you would go put it in a little baggie and then get everything at the bottom and then kind of roll it up and then tie it. That's the closest you're gonna get to vacuum seal without an actual vacuum sealer.
Now look, this is what I want to know. Now we talk about food, we talk about preparing everything. Now me, I'm big on making sure my space is clean when I'm cooking, when I'm, hosting and things like that. Now, how is your cleaning, or what's your recommendation on cleaning while cooking?
That you need to have someone cleaning.
Oh, dear God.
Have someone cleaning. I don't cook and clean. Like there's always someone that's not cooking that's gonna clean. And I think that's the best method for me because I'm a firm believer you shouldn't have to cook and clean. Like
but for those of us that do
effort. Huh?
I said, but for those of us that do. See, now hold on now. If there's some kids around, guys, use those kids. Look, they gotta eat, kids. So they gotta earn
Get them in the kitchen.
You gotta earn that meal.
Get them in the kitchen. Anybody that ain't cooked, your ass gonna be washing.
See, but me though, like my grandmother always taught me, like as you're cooking, like just kind of clean as you go, because as something is simmering or baking or something like that, like you might have a little minute to kind of clean your area off, but as far as washing dishes, that's a completely different thing.
Yo, my mom is so big on that. My mom is the master at cooking and cleaning, but at the level that I cook, like daily, I would just always have a messy area.
So you say your mother is a master of cooking and cleaning, so that means your mother has to be over 65 years old.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. There's a certain generation that cooks and cleans.
Yep, see, that's like, one of those old school techniques.
Right. They got a rag on their back the whole time they cooking, and they're wiping and cooking.
So, what is your favorite thing to eat on for the holidays? That is just not a holiday without this particular dish.
It's not a holiday without the ham, the mac, the pies.
What kind?
Honestly, for me, everything else is fluff. I don't really eat it. I cook it, but I don't really eat like the everything, that's a part of the spread. It's like, for me, I don't even like Thanksgiving food like that. I like the object of getting together with family and cooking and doing all that. But I'm trying to have a Thanksgiving next year that's like some other kind of food. I don't know, Indian food, something different.
Yeah, I can see that. What kind of pies though do you enjoy?
I love peach cobbler. I love sweet potato pie. I love strawberry rhubarb. I love mincemeat pie.
Mincemeat pie.
I'm a pie fanatic.
So mincemeat pie, is that real? Is that a pie or is it meat in a?
It's a pie. It's a sweet pie.
I've heard of it always, but I have never had it based off of the name. Oh,
you got to get you a mincemeat pie. And when they have it around this time too. this is the time you can find them.
Amazing.
Well, in Atlanta, you might be able to find them all the time because they, it's a, well, maybe not. It might be just a seasonal.
No, I don't think in Atlanta we
Yeah.
down here eating mincemeat pie. Now, sweet potato pie, absolutely. Patty pie, absolutely. We're killing that stuff. But and
All day.
cheesecake.
Right.
Are you a cheesecake guy?
I'm not. I'm not. It's not my thing.
I think you probably haven't had the right one.
I've had a lot of cheesecakes and I like it, but it's not something that I'll say I want a cheesecake ever. I would never say that because I'm a crust person. So, tarts and stuff like that, I like it, but I like something that has a crust on the top too. Sweet potato pie is an exception because I love sweet potatoes so much.
Right.
But, I could do without cheesecake.
I mean, depending on who prepares it, it might have a little crust on it if they left it in the oven a little too long. But Jake, so look, we definitely appreciate this. I wish I was there right now so I can enjoy me a welcome cocktail and one of those amazing looking ham pies that you just prepared. But what are some of the final things that you do to prepare for the holiday that the people can use in their holiday traditions moving forward?
Shop ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be in the store with, always, like Thanksgiving's always on a Thursday, right? Yes. So if you go on a Monday, you're kind of pushing it. But yeah. I would go at the latest the weekend before because you're gonna be in the store with everybody and their mama.
So look, guys.
And then you might miss some items you need. Like they might sell out on some stuff that you absolutely need. So
because they have sales going on.
Exactly. So get to that store because there's a lot. Most people shop early. So
and to people who are listening now. If you're in Atlanta, New York, it's 7:39. If you're in California, it's 4:39. After this live ends, get your butt in the car and go to the store right now.
Get to the stove.
Yeah, go on to the stove. Jake, I appreciate you. This next book that you have coming out, when is it coming out, and how can people stay in touch with you and what you're doing and get some of these amazing recipes?
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Jake Smollett, at Jake Smollett, LLT. Check out my blog, jakesmollett.com, for new recipes and drink recipes and desserts. And the book is coming out probably in a 2-year period, like more like 2022, because it takes a while to do them. So working on them, doing recipe testing every day. So y'all will have that soon. And yeah, new recipes coming more. And then YouTube, check out my YouTube at Home and Chef Network.
Home and Chef Network, guys. But I'm pretty sure they can get all of that from jakesmollett.com.
Absolutely.
Yes, Jake. This has been a great week. I appreciate you today and Wednesday. Congratulations on everything that you are accomplishing. I'm going to go and log onto the website and try some of those recipes. And when you get ready to come to Atlanta, definitely let me know. And we have to make something happen.
Oh, it's happening. It's going down.
A quintessential evening of grub or something like that.
That's right. We got to do it.
Yeah, we have to. So yes, Jake will definitely be in touch. Once again, we appreciate you guys. Definitely pay attention to these tips. Once again, visit www.jakesmollett.com for these amazing recipes. And also visit www.theqgeneral for these amazing face masks. Because you need them wherever you're going.
That's right.
Stay safe.
Thank you to the Q Gentleman and all that. I appreciate you, and everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy each other.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for the love and support. We appreciate you. Have a happy holiday and a safe